A quiet place. Day 1, it began with silence. Not the kind of silence you hear in the desert at night, but something far deeper. A hollow, unnatural stillness that crept into the bones of the old village of Al, one of those forgotten places tucked between the desert and the mountains of southern Arabia. No one could explain it. Birds stopped singing. Dogs stopped barking. Even the wind that used to howl through the narrow alleyways had gone mute. It was Friday. After Maghrib prayer, the village elders noticed something strange. The mosque's loudspeakers had gone dead, yet no one had touched the power. Imam Yusuf, a quiet man in his 60s, checked the circuits. Nothing was wrong, yet nothing was right either. That night, a family of 5 living near the edge of the village vanished. No scream, no blood, just their dinner still warm on the table, and the front door open to the night. By Fajr, panic had begun to crawl in the hearts of the villagers. The whispering wind Lela, a young schoolteacher from the capital, had arrived just a week before for a quiet break from city life. She stayed with her aunt Saeed, a widow known for her strange tales about jinn, cursed wells, and the ancient woods nearby. Lila never believed them until the silence came. Saeed clutched her Quran that night like it was a lifeline. "They've come back," she whispered, her voice trembling. "The mute ones, the ones who hear the sound of your breath." Layla frowned. "What are you talking about?" Saeed pointed outside to the darkness. "They were banished long ago by the Quran and the call to prayer. But when the sound stopped, the protection stopped. The soundless ones by the second night, more people disappeared. Houses stood with doors open, candles still lit. No signs of violence, just absence." Layla began to notice a pattern. Every home that had vanished had no Quran playing. Even the homes with loud dhikr or someone reciting survived the night. The soundless ones, as Saeed called them, were drawn to noise, but only human noise, not the wind, not the animals. They hunted those who spoke, those who cried, those who screamed. It wasn't just silence that protected people. It was sacred sound. One man, Abu Hamza, decided to fight back. He brought out his hunting rifle and stood on his rooftop at midnight, yelling curses into the night. What the villagers heard next would haunt them forever. A single, echoing gunshot. A crunch. By dawn, his roof was empty. The descent, with phone lines and internet dead. The villagers were trapped. No help was coming. Imam Yusuf organized a silent evacuation plan. Families would gather in the mosque, the only place still untouched, with constant Quranic recitation echoing faintly on a small battery-powered speaker. Layla and Saeed joined the group. Every person walked barefoot, whispering only when necessary, with cloth wrapped over mouths to muffle any accidental breath. Children were sedated with herbal mixtures to keep them from crying. But nothing ever goes to plan. At midnight, a boy, barely 5, slipped outside the mosque. He wanted to find his cat. He called its name once. The sound sliced through the darkness like a blade. What followed was chaos. The soundless ones descended. No one saw them clearly. Only flickers, elongated limbs, faces with no mouths, and eyes like black fire. Screams would have followed if anyone had dared to scream. The ending that lingers by Fajr. Only 6 remained. Leela, Saeed, Imam Yusuf, and 3 others. They stayed in the mosque, never speaking, never sleeping. Quran playing non-stop from a worn-out speaker, its battery fading fast. As the sun rose, Lila dared to whisper a question to Imam Yusuf. "What happens when the battery dies?" He looked at her. His eyes, once filled with calm, were now clouded with a fear he dared not voice. Then the speaker clicked, and the silence returned.